On the city's North Shore, this is Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, a fun matchup in store. It's the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. On the return, it's Jalen Knoll. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Off the play action, here's Stroud. Gets this to Stover. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
First give on the ground. It's Woody Marks. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And it will be a first down, Texans.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Shotgun now for Stroud. He'll try and run this.
Positive with that effort. You didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Stroud finds him over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Well, that's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's caught. This is Kirk. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
They pass on that long field goal. Would have been 55 yards. They're going for this. From the gun, Marks gets it. And the early aggressiveness is answered. They went for it on their opening series, and the defense stops them. That's a turnover on downs. And he is stopped a long ways from that line to gain. They force a turnover on downs. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Brought in right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Got for big yards on the right side. And he takes it down to the 33. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
First down now, ball at the 33. From the gun, give to Gainwell. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. He's got it in the red zone. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and we see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal. They'll go again with Warren. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play first and goal situations too, because a run like that now, well, it leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Gainwell. Line up the design keeper. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up third and goal. Anytime you dial up a blitz and you catch them running the draw like that, Brock, the D coordinator, he's going to be patting himself on the back right there.
He is, and not only for the call, but the execution of his player as well. Because you call a blitz, Kate, sometimes they can just run with their hair on fire. He had the awareness to stop that draw before it could get started.
And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Steelers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Boswell on to send this away. No to return this. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. And after they were stopped on fourth down their prior possession, Brock, you got to wonder if they're going to be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Slot man's in motion right. Stroud off of play action. Taken in by Kirk right side. And out of a small gain up to about the 32. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. On second down, Marks. And a decent one, gets about 4. It's going to be third down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Third and just 2 to go. Throwing now on third and 2. He's got it, complete to Collins. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
7-yard gain. And the Texans first down.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. On play action, here's Stroud. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Up the middle, it's Marks. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. In the pistol, they're going to run with Marks. He finds a little opening, but not much. Picked up about 4 on second down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, And it keeps that defense honest.
7th play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun. This connects with Higgins. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Trying to throw this from the gun. And he's got it to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Johnson now on the return. Coverage team gets him down to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense out ready to go for their 2nd drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Warren quick on the draw. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Warren once more. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
Looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. You have that call you had ready, though? You can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled for no gain.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Complete to DK Metcalf. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
A give left side to Warren. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know what I call that play, Kate? I call that a confidence injector. It just injects belief in that O-line, that running back, and most importantly, that play caller knowing he can call a run and he can get a 1st down too.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. They'll run now with Warren. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Rodgers off the play action. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Third and 2, Rodgers. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 7. Chris Boswell.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Texans to the line. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with Marks. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. To the air, Stroud. He's keeping it. And Stroud gets him the first with a slide down at the end of it.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
We've set it down from 37. Stroud to throw on 1st down. That one's cut on the left sideline. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
First and 10 from the 43. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Completed over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. And they're going to throw out of the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Into the hands of Schultz. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. Now, what a stretch to begin the game, Brock. That finally his first incompletion. He had been perfect across so many looks before that.
Hard. It's just hard to be perfect with that kind of precision. That was rhythms, truly rhythm personified.
Yeah, it makes you marvel at the NFL record, doesn't it? That slid this great note from our stats savant, Daniel Kitchen. Phillip Rivers owns that record, Brock. 25 straight completions to begin a game.
Kate, if you're not going to pay a methodical drive off with a touchdown, that's the second best thing you can do. You could take all the time down, put points on the board, maybe a little momentum in heading into halftime.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback. The Steelers getting to take the field one more time here in the half. They're going to need some unlikely magic here if they want to find any points with almost no time remaining. One last play before the break. Throwing here just before halftime. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. He's got it down the sideline. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. In the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. We'll see the Steeler offense first this half as they're headed out now. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. Defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun handoff to Ward. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10. Rodgers from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. They're not going to get him an inch on this second down play. Good job containing that run right at the line.
You know, it's pretty clear just watching this unfold. They want to find a way to get this player in space where he's most dangerous. Defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came off on that one.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's taken down at the 30. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
We put a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, Warren. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter.
2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. Short pass brought in. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Here comes 2nd and 3 following the penalty. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive. 3rd and 1. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this. Looking to throw. Throw caught by his running back. And he can't get the push they needed. They hold him at the line and send him packing after a turnover on downs. And absolutely no chance of getting the yards he needed. He's brought down well short, and they're going to turn it over on downs. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Flushed out now to his left. And he's brought down at the line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go play action with Stroud. This is a heater going deep. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. He's looking deep once again. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So that brings up second down. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
He's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Warren here from the gun. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Steelers have a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Rodgers will look to throw. This is Metcalf working that right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now here's Rodgers. One towards running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing 3rd down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Now throw again. Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Field goal, a 39-yard attempt.
Boswell able to knock it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7. So we're through 3 here. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff.
Chris Boswell.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Smith on the return. Jukes away from one. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First call here coming from the shotgun. On play action, here's Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. He was trying to find Christian Kirk there. And now it's 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
This is complete to Schultz. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
The Texans set to punt. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Feeling the receiver in motion left. Play action here with Rodgers. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Connects on the crosser. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. He picked up a 17. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Now a give to Warren, coming right. And they come through with a big stop there. Got him down for the loss as they keep fighting back here in the 4th. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Now they're looking to throw with Rodgers. Finds him on the slant. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. Play number 9 of the drive. It's going to be 3rd and 5 to go. He'll throw it. From the pocket, looking for a target. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So here's Chris Boswell in a high-pressure spot. This from 30 yards out. Boswell able to knock it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a two-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Chris Boswell.
Now Boswell on to send this away. No to return this. And this drive will start inside the 25. Out now come the Texans on offense. And as they get set, Carter, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Gets marks on the handoff. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They get 19 on that pickup. And it'll be first down, Houston.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
2-minute warnings there to help them, but still need 2 scores and just have that lone timeout left. Completes it downfield to Kirk. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. First and 10, gotta score immediately here. Only 1 timeout left, and that clock winding down. Here's a handout to Moss. And he's got 5, and we've got our 2-minute warning.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
This connects with Schultz. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense lets that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to hurl this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Stroud. Makes the catch. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal to tie this game in the 4th.
Texans 17.
They've got less than 40 seconds to work with. Not impossible, but got to recover this kick. And this kick is covered by the Steelers, who are going to go on to win this ball game.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Here's a design run. To make a check in the win column for the Steelers. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.